Okay, hello and welcome. Today I'm going to teach you about the if statement, which is quite important when creating programs that are a bit more complicated than the ones we've looked at the moment. What I've done to save time, and you can always pause it to have a double check, is I've created the program we're going to look at to begin with. This is what it is. You're going to need 3 buttons, 3 text boxes rather, and 2 labels. I've also renamed the form as guess. Now that's done by clicking on it and going down to where it says text on form 1. You see? Change that to guess, and what we've created here is a very simple guessing game. The idea is you enter your number in the enter number box, click ready, and then you enter the number you want into text box 1, and text box 2 tells you whether you're right or wrong. Just a quick note to remember: this one is text box 1, this one is text box 2, this one down here is text box 3. Same with this, 1, 2, 3, I believe that one's button 3. Yes, it is. So that's the way I've done it. You're just going to have to adjust it for how you see fit. But yeah, go ahead and have a look. Now I'm going to show you the code for it. So we're just going to click up here. So, to begin with, when you click button 1, which is the OK button, it's going to execute this. So the OK button reads what's in text box 1, then it compares it to what is in text box 3, which is your guess one, which is the number you enter in for the program to see if it's right, and then it will display something on the other one set telling you whether you're right or wrong. So we've dimmed number as integer and dimmed guess as integer 2. Number equals text box 3.text, which is the text you entered into the to this box here, the enter the number box. We'll go through later how this works. You'll see when the program runs how it works well. But just so you know now that whatever's in text box 3 will equal number, and guess is also an integer there. So so our number equals text box 3.text, which apparently we have twice. Text box 3.height, we don't need that either. Don't know why that's in there. Right. So text box 1.text is going to equal the guess. So whatever we put in this one here is going to equal our guess. So, and then this is where it gets to the proper programming bit. If whatever we enter in text box 1 is equal to whatever's in text box 3, then text box 2 will equal correct. So what we're trying to say is, if you guess correctly, you're going to get a correct message. End if. So what we've got here is the if statement. It's telling it if something is going to happen, then something's going to happen, and then we need to end the whole thing. I don't know if I've gone through this before, but up here it says public sub, and at the end sub. Everything needs to have an end statement, otherwise it just won't loop round. So if equals guess, if guess equals number then, and then we end it with an end if. Sometimes that won't pop up and you're going to need to put it in, but if I show you the error message quickly, delete that, we get an error message there saying if must end with an end if statement. So let's just put it back in. There you go. There you go. And then the other possibility that could happen is that the guess that you enter into text box 1 is not equal to the number. Now this sign here is what we use for not equal to. So yeah, you just need to remember that. But that means if guess is not equal to the number, then text box 2 equals wrong. Which I spelled wrong. Ironic. The other possibility, which I'm going to show you now, is if text box 1.text equals no text, that means no text, there's nothing in the text column, then text box 2.text equals enter a number, end if. Okay, so that's our 3 conditions. They're the only 3 that can happen in our program, so they're all in there. Just going through the rest of the program very quickly. When we click on text box button 2, which is this red button here, What it's going to do is declare number as in, we don't actually need that in there. But all it's going to do is text box 3.hide, so it's going to hide the text box, which is useful when you're doing a guessing game. You don't want the number that you've entered in for the person to guess to be shown on the form. That would be a bit silly. And then the reset button, which is is button 3, this one here, reset there. All that's going to do is show the text box through again, so you're ready to enter in a new number. I hope that made sense. Let's run it through and I'll show you how it works. So here we go. So enter a number, let's say 9, and we click ready. Right, now you enter your guess number into here, so let's say 1. What should happen in this text box here is it should say wrong. Done. If we enter in the number it was, which I believe was 9, we should get a correct button. Good. If we enter in nothing, okay, that hasn't worked. I don't know why that is. I will sort that out and tell you for the next tutorial. That's a bit silly. But yeah, there we go. 5, ready. So then we enter in 5 in here. 4, wrong. 5, correct. Right, now when we click the restart button, we get the box back and we can then enter in a new number. So 5 now equals wrong, 7 now equals correct. Something very quickly to go over. The reason I've used integer here, there's 3 types of data that can be entered into a form. There's a string, which is text, which is useful when doing text. There's integer, which are small numbers, and there's double, which is very, very large numbers, but also incorporates small numbers. I think it's billions and billions and billions. I'm using integer because it's more appropriate for the software we're creating. We're only using numbers between 1 and 10 maximum. So yes, that's one of the reasons why I'm using it. Also, a point to note, if you're doing physics calculators, which I do quite a lot, you're going to be using doubles. I think one of the ones I did was using one of the equations to sort out the mass of the Earth, and it went into the empirical formula, and if you used integer it crashed. If you used double, it was a large enough data type to be able to hold all that information. So just use where appropriate, and if something goes wrong, try changing it. I think that's probably about it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. So we've shown you if. Next, what I'm trying to do is build to a point where we can show you a larger tutorial, where we'll create something that is actually useful to you. I'm thinking maybe some kind of text editing software. So yeah, keep watching, and hopefully you enjoy my tutorials. Let me know if you've got any problems. And just a quick note about the software I'm using. I'm using Camstudio, which is free. It records both the audio and the visual, and records it for you in a nice AVI package. So check it out. It's very, very good. I suggest you use it. So okay, I'll see you some other time.